putting on this event. What a great event for certainly our basketball program, but it's fantastic for our athletic department and our university. For us to be able to come out here and play in Sioux Falls in front of a lot of our boosters and donors and alumni and supporters is just a tremendous thing for our athletic department. I feel like we're an athletic department that is on the rise. I feel like our university is on the rise, and there's so many fantastic things that are going on at the University of South Dakota right now, and you just got to take a trip there to see it. It's easy to see, you know, in a matter of no time. Our administration has done a tremendous job with our program, and there's never been a better time to be at the University of South Dakota than right now. But we want to thank the Pentagon, like I said, and Sanford for putting on this amazing event. UNLV is it's a tremendous program, and you just look at those guys. We thought it was a great schedule when we scheduled them. They lost all 5 starters, and then they got the number 4, number 5 recruiting class in the country. And it's easy to see they got probably at least three NBA guys on that roster. And so, not sure we played as well as we could. They had a great game plan. They're super long. That's hard to emulate in practice. We did the best that we could with a couple guys that are out. They did a good job switching all 5 ball screens on us, and most screens, I guess you could say. It was tied 29-29 with 4:43 to go in the first half, and Brandon Boss picked up his second foul, and we just really struggled when he left the floor. And I thought he played probably his best game of the year tonight. He really handled himself like a leader, like a captain, like a senior does in an environment like that against a very good opponent. And so, with that, I'll take any questions.
2 for 17 from the 3-point line. That was obviously a tactic.
Yeah, they did a really good job taking away a lot of the threes we like to get. Again, just when you have that length and athleticism, and I mean, they play one guy that's under 6'6", you know, we play one guy that's over 6'6", you know, and and that can catch up with you at times. And so they did a good job though with the switches. Our guys kind of got panicky, and then they make a run late. I thought we withstood some things, and then it just seemed like when Brandon was off the floor, we weren't nearly as good that way. But the other thing is, and this is going to sound crazy, but part of the reason we wanted to come here and practice was because we knew they had an NBA three-point line. And I'm telling you, every time we play in an arena with an NBA three-point line, we just hoist NBA threes. And I don't know, I thought the over-under I said was going to be 5. Would we shoot 5 or more NBA? And I'm not so sure Casey has NBA range, but I mean, I think every one of them he fired off was from the 3. And it's tough because when you switch everything, sometimes you get tentative. And when you have the length and athleticism that they have, they kind of get off attack, And we weren't nearly in as attack mode as we normally are. And then, I thought the first half, our offense was their best offense. Right? We turned it over 13 times, which led into, I believe, 20 or 21 of their first half points. So half of their offense was directly from our offense. The second half, we only turned it over 4 times, but we just started rifling threes off like crazy. And I like the 3, but let's take good threes, And because the problem is when you take quick threes and you're not making them, it leads directly into transition the other way. And that's how they were scoring early in the second half, was off of our, off of transition.
Coach, you guys out-rebounded them. You had 4 players in double figures. What have you been pleased with, not only tonight, but in the Creighton game and in the first month or 2 of the season?
For as small as we have to play and as small as we do play a lot, we out-rebound everybody. I mean, we have some – Trey Burnett's a really good rebounder. Tyler Larson is a phenomenal rebounder. That guy, he's as good as I've ever been around with his instincts to the ball. And he's quick to the ball. And usually if he touches it, he's getting it, And so those guys have great instincts. Boss had a good rebounding night tonight. I think that as a whole we bought into we have to be a rebound by committee guy. All 5 guys have got to rebound. James is starting to show, Hunter is starting to show a little bit of sign of getting some rebounds. We just got to get them going all the way around. But you know what? Nobody's happy with our record. but in a crazy way, I don't feel like, I don't think our guys, and certainly I'm not caught up into that, because of the progress that we've made. I think it's been very, very significant. When you think about where we were 3 weeks ago to where we are now, our guys have really bought in. We have a really good group of guys. I mean, the guys that we inherit, we're fortunate to inherit our classy group, guys that we brought in. I feel like we've all gelled along really well. It just takes time to get everyone together. But love our chemistry, love our teamwork, love the buy-in factor that we have. And I do feel like we have a resiliency and a toughness to us that is hard to quantify. And I mean, we have it to 8, they miss the front end, and we get a lane violation. I mean, you get that, you come down and get one, it's a 2-possession game with 3 to go. But ifs, ands, and buts. So
schematically, do you guys do anything different as you get ready for conference play, or is it stay the course, stick with the brand, or is there improvements in big areas that need to be filled?
Well, we have to get better inside, no, on both ends, offense and defense. And so whether that's just riding certain guys, Austin Sparks today I thought was going to play a lot, just because Austin can really run. He's strong, he's very, very mobile, but he plays 1 minute and he gets cracked, and his tooth is, cut in half, and he's going to end up with a grill, I'm sure. But I think I don't know, we'll see, but seems like, I'm not sure if he knows he's in Sioux Falls or in Los Angeles. So we'll see what the prognosis is that way. But we need to get better that way. And then, motion's a way of life. I think we're always going to have to adapt and adjust. I think that's one thing when you coach at all kinds of different levels. And so whether you're an NEI coach or a Division II coach, or, you go to a place like Colorado State where they were they couldn't get anywhere. We were 0-16 our first year there. And even Nebraska our first year. You have to always constantly, you're always revamping your team, you're revamping your offense. You got to make it mold, because we don't have, a top 5 recruiting class in the country, so you just got to always figure it out. And our guys are willing to adapt and adjust, and we'll figure it out.
Coach, talk a little bit about playing at the Pentagon. Is this going to be a yearly thing for you guys?
Well, it depends on who the opponent is. We'll see. It's an event I love. I think everybody involved, really liked it. I think that it's a first-class facility. I mean, it's state-of-the-art. I mean, are you kidding me? Great floor. Great sound. The acoustics are really, really good. They treat it first class. I mean, you walk into that locker room and just everything is first class. They treat you like you're an NBA team, and they just roll the red carpet out for you. So I like the idea of being in Sioux Falls. I think it's a great way to, like I said in the opening, to touch our fan base. And we have so many alums in Sioux Falls, and, it's convenient, right? And we live in a convenient society. So, but at the end of the day, we want to brand our name. So we want to brand the University of South Dakota. We want to brand our athletic department. We want to brand our men's basketball program. So when they see that logo, that John has on right there, everybody in the state, everybody in the region knows exactly, who USD is and what we're about.
Coach, how about Eric Robertson? 29 minutes tonight. I mean, he's getting a lot of time for you and producing.
He's had a really good year. He's struggled the last 2 games. He struggled a little bit shooting it, but he with practice you just get more time. He got into the gym the last couple of days and got extra reps up again, and you could see it. His shot looked grooved again. He made a couple good shots against Creighton off of pick and pops, but he just looked kind of choppy and his shot prep wasn't quite ready. Today I thought he was ready, and he was aggressive. I mean, Eric's really improved. I think he's always been a decent shooter, not always confident in it. And then the other thing is he's starting to learn how to play off of 2 feet. I thought early in the first half he got fouled. It was a no call, but he played off of 2. And so that's a start, right? And the dunk, I mean, he caught it, kind of measured the guy up, little shot fake, just rips and drive it on the right baseline and just goes up and hammers it home. And E-Rob's a talented kid, and he's smart, so he plays within himself. And then he's got a huge heart. He's given up 50 pounds, probably. I mean, anywhere from 30 to 50 pounds on a night-to-night basis. But he picks up on game plans. He defends screen and roll really, really well. and he's an integral part of what we're doing.
One or two more for Coach?
Coach, talk a little bit about your first year coaching, kind of expectations heading into Summit League play for your guys and for yourself.
You know, the transition's always difficult. It's hard to believe it's been 9 months. It's literally flown by so fast since the first day on the job. We're very fortunate to work with great people. I wouldn't have taken the job if I didn't believe in the people around us. You know, so that's first and foremost. Two, it's just it's gone fast. Like I said, it's a great group to work with. It's been really enjoyable. Nobody's happy with the record. Our guy, it'd be easy when you're 0-5, and what do we lose? A triple overtime game that we missed 2 free throws up 9 seconds. You know, when we're up 3 and they throw in a bomb to tie, and we lose 2 overtimes later. But it's a great group of guys. I love the school. Vermilion's a great community. And in terms of our expectations, we expect to win the Summit League tournament. And those are lofty expectations, but it's always been our belief, whether we've been, at Colorado State, Nebraska, Mayville, name all the schools. That's been our belief, and we're not going to stop working until we get there. And we have a group of guys that really believe that we can do it. So if we can make the progress that we made the last 3 weeks till today and keep pushing forward the next 3 weeks, and then the next 3 weeks, we can do it. But you have to have guys that really buy in, really believe, and not only believe in themselves, but believe in our concepts and where we're going. So we're really looking forward to it. I can't wait. Huge week for us next week. Finals week, right? Guys are looking forward to seeing Santa Claus in about 8 days or 10 days or whatever it is, and seeing their family. And I've seen it a million times. We've all been around this forever, where you guys get the itch, and it's hard enough to keep them together when you're on a good team, right? But we're going to really find out what we're made out of this week with the home game against Montana State, and then on the road to Montana, who's starting to play a lot better. But as a coach, I can't wait, because we'll be off tomorrow. We need a day off. We got some beat up, some tired guys. They've been Tyler and Brandon. Some of those guys have been logging huge minutes. But it is going to be so great to have 3 days of practice to just kind of mold and shape and tighten some things up that we need to.
Thank you, Coach.